Ooh, stuff in my ear. Anyway. Hey guys! Alright, the book today I'm going to review is Cheap, The High Cost of Discount Culture. This book has 320 pages. It has around 1,149 ratings in Goodreads. And it was originally published in 2009. I give this book 3 out of 5 stars. I thought I was really going to agree with her arguments. Well, what she does is she goes through pretty much how our culture of consumerism started. Pretty much talks about America, and it started with George Washington and Ben Franklin and talking about how they needed to be able to produce reliable guns, and so they started, gun manufacturing with interchangeable parts. And then and they got help from the person who created the cotton gin, who did that, and someone else who I think was more successful, like with the Model T, with Ford. Manufacturers were able to make things cheaper and more reliable, and the reliance on highly skilled workers began to decrease, and it made it easier to just hire lower skilled workers or semi-skilled workers and then pay them less, and therefore to pass on the savings to the consumer. And it went through how malls started, like outlet malls started, how discount sales started, and it talks about the repercussions of all those things happening on our economy and the global market and us as workers, and how much we enjoy the things that we buy, and instead we end up sacrificing value for price. Like, it's cheap, we might as well buy it even though it might not be that good, but we're just satisfied with the idea that we got a cheap price for something that typically we consider has a higher value. I thought I would really enjoy these arguments, but sometimes I felt that she was falling into that she sometimes was a bit overreaching in some of her speculation, and I felt like some of her data points that she cited, she didn't completely understand what they meant, and I felt that she just misread certain data. And there was even a point where she kind of made some of her logic suspect. I'm not saying like her endpoint is invalid, because I agree, just buying cheap is not a sustainable goal. But like at one point she was talking about like, oh, reference points pricing, and that's the game that retailers play. And at one point she said, oh, the number of outlet malls tripled from 1988 to 1997. But at the same time, she never actually disclosed the exact amount of number of discount malls in 1988, which kind of is like, well, then that tripling might be meaningless. But she kind of gave incomplete facts at times, and her argument was weakened by the fact that she didn't really talk about the other side at that much length. So yeah, I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I mean, it has some good information if you're interested, but I don't know, a lot of the stuff in here I already had read and already know, and it just kind of seems, I kind of glazed over it since I kind of already felt I knew a lot of it, and her arguments kind of were just half side, like one side. It didn't feel complete to me. So, hope you enjoyed my review. Have a great day. Bye!